The Friar. This is a mendicant religious order that was formed in the 14th century from the Great Revival period. The friar has taken a vow to live an impoverished life and to preach the word. But with time, they had increased in number and became very wealthy. The founders of the friars came under the satire of Chaucer for deviating from their principal role. Our friar in question is a very jovial and carefree person who has decided to make the best from the situation. He is not a good disciple of the order to which he belongs. Chaucer's satire is quick when he refers to him as a noble pillar of his order, whereas what he does is in direct opposite of the objective of what the order represents. He is meant to beg for his order from the rich so that they can give to the poor. He is very convincing in speech and loves festivities. He gives gifts of pins and pocket knives to pretty young girls. He blesses their marriages, though he has no right or authority to do so. He also may be doing this as payback for one service or the other that had been rendered to him by these pretty young ladies. He listens to confessions in exchange for money and makes people to understand that he has a special license from the Pope to listen to confessions. He knows all the taverns and barmaids in town. He uses his professions to exploit others who are gullible and enriches himself. He believes that with money, penance can be easily given. He does not care about the sincerity of the repentance of the Christian or the Christian salvation, but the money that he will receive in return. He spends most of his time with rich city women, landowners, and he never associates with beggars and the poor because nothing good will come out from them. He settles disputes among Christians for money and sings well in church where he wins all the time. The most annoying is that he will hypnotize even a destitute who cannot afford a day's meal to get money from them. He prostitutes even with the sacraments of confession to make money and deprives the confessor to show remorse for their sins. Rather than give something for the order, Hubert prefers that he be treated to a good meal. Whatever the matter, what matters to him is not the confessor's act of repentance for the sins that he had committed, but his financial backings or reward that it brings to him. To him, money is enough to buy a sinner's salvation, which is blasphemous. The distribution of gifts to young girls is another instance of false charity. The gifts may be sexual baits to win the hearts of these beautiful girls. There is irony that the friar who is supposed to be poor and expectant should be the person distributing gifts to others. This is a clear indication that he has exploited people enough to render himself rich. Above all, Chaucer highlights that the friar loves pleasure. His lecturers are seen from his twinkling eyes. He is materialistic. He is extravagant. He is blasphemous, exploitative, discriminating, negligent, and full of hypocrisy. Therefore, he might have taken this journey to spend part of the money that he has amassed for himself and for entertainment. He is a limiter to beg within his district, where he extorts money from everyone. And he arranges marriages for women who have been his mistresses in the past as compensation or to avoid scandals. He is condemnable and a disgustful character who brings shame to the institution of his call.